So let me start with the fact that I have a separate loadout just for Revens, where mostly I use Ivara, any related pet to the challenge, Kuva Brak, and Praedos. And there is only one more important thing before we go further into the video. Remember to leave a sub if you like the video, share it possibly, and click that noti bell, so you always get the notifications of the latest uploads of the best builds on the YouTube. Weapons I mostly use for their events, they always have a loadout that's called Ivara with a 1 empty slot for the Riven Challenge. We'll kick off the video with 8 consecutive headshots while in Archwing in the Plains of Eidolon without getting afflicted by status effect, and one more we're gonna get the killing blow on 6 sentients while invisible. It's doable during the night on Plains of Eidolon easily. So once we are here, all we have to do is find the eidolon. It's gonna have that beam of light whenever you just enter. You fly up to that guy, and you straight up shoot his head. Completed. Okay, on to the next one. That was a bit fast, but if there is no night, you just go steel path. You fly like somewhere here. It's gonna be Eximus here. You go height. You use like Brak, which does no damage, multi-shot weapon, and you're gonna like shoot on the heads with like shotgun pistol or something. But you just need the steel pad because those guys will just die too fast. Instead of like aiming or doing like sniper shots, you know, just fly up with a multi-shot weapon and shoot someone in the head from like point blank. Use mods like reflex draw to get all the accuracy to do the pinpoint hits. So for the challenge with killing sentients while invisible, I have 2 of them actually at the same time on the pistol and the rifle. And all we have to do is find the Vonvilists and kill them in our operator form. So a good spot to look for Vonvis is near our eidolon, and we already have few of them. We're just gonna hide Ivara as well. And now we're getting the killing blows. But you have to be invisible, so just send your disc flying. Died before I got back invisible, now it should be better. It's a bit tricky because you need to make sure you're gonna be back into the void mode after shooting. But here I got the completion on the one that requires invisibility. You just gotta be far from them, so you get the killing blow once you're invisible. Other way of doing it is like one of the Lua missions, and from far we shoot. Remember, you need a amp with projectile so we can get back into the void mode, aka invisible. And I just damaged the eidolon to get one more. And done. Remember, you can go to challenges and check your progress on all of their events. If you don't see a challenge here, you forgot to equip something. And once you're done with this and you don't want any loot you got meanwhile, you can just go to the orbiter straight up and see what you got. Actually, I got 2 things that I'm really happy with the first 3 challenges. That's the steel pad alternative version for the headshots on the Archwing. You just fly up somewhere around here, you go invis. Completed. Killing 12 enemies with headshots from at least 75 meters away while alone or in solo mode is very simple, and here is where comes our second weapon I'm mostly using for the Riven challenges, on the primary slot, which is Rubico Prime. Simply because I have distance meter on it with the similar ones or exact same ones. So the 75 meter headshots will go very well with kill 20 enemies with headshots without getting affected by a status effect. Remember, if you have enemies like this, to kill the guy in the backline so they don't see him die and they don't start moving. There's also one more reason why I really do love Ivara for this, is aiming with Rubico, pressing 1 for the sleep. So if you're a bad with shooting, you can just sleep them. Look, it took me 3 sleep arrows to even sleep him. I'm not the best sharpshooter, you know? And you can see your distance, so you get some distance if you're too close. 27, boom. And you can just rinse and repeat this. Remember that you need the more for the just headshots without getting afflicted by status, so you don't have to like get range for every single headshot. But Ivara is really useful for most of the challenges. But any Riven challenge requiring you not to get afflicted by a status effect is way easier done with Revenant. Kill 2 enemies with headshots during aim glide, 24 enemies while sliding without dying or becoming downed. Another good one for Revenant, so we're gonna pair them. We're also gonna pair them with the ones that require you to aim glide headshot. In order to complete those 3, we will be heading to Elite Sanctuary Onslaught or the normal Onslaught, depending which enemies you're gonna have, because headshotting on the Corrupted is fucking disgustingly annoying. And yeah, I got this bullshit, so I'm out. And I got the normal version. Even though it's like radial. Here we have 2 aim glide headshots done. And we need some more headshots without getting afflicted with status, and Mesmer skin is quite fucking helpful with that part. Actually, the radial is not making it any easier. But yeah, whenever they shoot you, they will get stunned, so you can like just wait till they shoot at you, they get stunned, and you have easy time with it here. I have a wrong companion because it's priming and interrupting them, making them like move, and the Greeneer got erratic movement, so but pretty easy overall. And now, once we're done with this shit, we refresh Mesmer, and we do the slides. We can do slide headshots if you want, if you're good enough for it. I'm not, so I will just do melee swings on the slide. I wish the melee influence proc, but I think I only had electric on my Riven on Praedos, so I don't have electric element for Riven, so it can take longer. But if you have electric not on the Riven, it's gonna be way easier. One proc in the low levels and you're done. And I'm done. 6x melee combo for 30 seconds with an active sentinel present. So we just get the sentinel, aka worm or other like this, not the beast ones. And we're gonna also get 14 kills in a row while wall dashing or wall latching without touching the floor. And we're gonna use Dante for it. We're gonna pair it with Naramon for the easy combo part. And we pick Sanctuary Onslaught again for that one. So with a combo like this, I'm just gonna start off with the Operator so I can melee slam, generate my combos ASAP. I will use the slams, since Praedos got a good perk on it. And that's done. So the 6x combo multiplier sustain was getting completed. Meanwhile, I figured out I forgot to pick the most important build for the entire thing, which is the range build on my Dante. But once I have my range build, this shit is pretty trivial. I just go to wall latch. Yeah, one press of 3 and everything is completed here. And now a mission that many people have problems with. The defense mission with level 30 or higher enemies, with the objective taking no damage, with a bleeding dragon key equipped. So we go to the gear wheel, we get the bleeding dragon key, and one heads up, I'm not doing this ever if I cannot use consumables. I'm gonna make my life way easier with using my damage Kubro loadout, but the main carry here is gonna be Mesa with Nourish. You really should use Limbo and just phase out that fucking objective, but I fucking hate Limbo, so I'm gonna do it with Mesa. But you should be doing that with Limbo. But if you don't have Limbo, you have Mesa, because obviously like everyone would rather get Mesa, not the Sanfan one. Sorry to all the Limbo mains. We will be using Zenuric since there is no combo multiplier paired with the mission, so Zenuric for the energy sustain. And Zenuric paired with our energy nexus and equilibrium is the way you do it whenever you want to do it with the energy consumables not being able to be used. And Arcane Energize would also do some good work in that regards. And definitely a build with more efficiency, but I don't care, I just refuse to do the ones that I cannot use the energy, so... And my defense mission and the mission I always pick for myself is Akkad on Eris, non-steel path of course. And on Mesa it's pretty simple, it's like not much to be talked about. You literally just go to the objective, you stand on it, and you 360 while aiming. You can send your on-call crew, you can send your Cosmic Spectre, but you just go for, and whenever you see the red dot coming into like the line of sight, you just move your mouse to it. It's like insta-killed. Nothing has like a chance even to do any damage to the objective. What you do in between the rounds, whenever you're doing it without energy consumables, you drop your Zenuric. With Nourish and Energy Nexus, your energy goes back quite fast. And with efficiency, you're gonna have way more energy here to start with than I did. But then you just go straight up back to 4 and turning your camera to wherever you see any like red dot. You can just do this. It's gonna be fine, because there's like one shot needed. And our on-call crew also is quite the help here. You give him Zar, the moment he sees something, he's already like AoEing the fuck out of that spot. So, Zenuric. Turning camera. But I just failed because I have no efficiency. So I need to use the consumables. And I'm accepting it. I just use platinum whenever I don't wanna like make sure I'm not failing with the energy and forgetting my Zenuric to be pressed. But so far, still able to complete it. No damage taken by the objective. Just don't slack here, like do the challenge properly. Just keep turning your camera whenever, so there's no nasty Eximuses or anything putting some nasty AoEs on you when you stand on the objective. I mean, you shouldn't stand on the objective, let's be real, you should just stand here in case like they do the AoE on you, the leech thingy. So yeah, so heads up with that. Don't stand on the objective. Don't be me. I usually do that, but I shouldn't. It's like the bad way of doing it. Very bad way of doing it. Just don't slack here, like do the challenge properly. Just keep turning your camera whenever, so there's no nasty Eximuses or anything putting some nasty AoEs on you when you stand on the objective. I mean, you shouldn't stand on the objective, let's be real, you should just stand here in case like they do the AoE on you, the leech thingy. So yeah, so heads up with that, don't stand on the objective. Don't be me. I usually do that, but I shouldn't. It's like the bad way of doing it. Very bad way of doing it. Sure, you just leave after the 5th round if it took no damage, and you can go straight up to check what you got. Problematic one, complete a solemn interception mission with level 30 or higher with a Hobbled dragon key, the slowing one. Just bullet jump to prevent the slow, and I'm gonna be using Cora, also gonna be using the pet with our very important thing, duplex bond, because those clones wander off and kill enemies for ya that are far away, and Cora is just amazing for it. Let me show you. I already made video on that. It's called Cora lazy mode. It's just basically full range, and that's all that matters. But for the case of this, I'm just gonna swap this with preparation so I can just insta start without sending some energy pads, and that's all the difference. Go to Eris again, and the mission's Xini. So remember to timestamp if you don't want to watch this shit, but here we go, the start mission, we load in, we're slowed as fuck, of course. So what we do is just bullet jump, so we move faster. We grab this shit ASAP. And we put Strangle Dome here. We go to capture this shit now. And we put Strangle Dome. We go replace Strangle Dome here real quick. We can have 2 Strangle Domes, remember. We go grab another point. And enemies will always rush first to the point you captured first. They will prioritize it, kind of. So remember, the one you captured first gonna be probably like the one that they will aim to go to. So I will just go quickly redo Strangle Dome here to make sure I get the 5 ASAP, and I go back to capturing this shit. While I spend energy, I make the clones for my Kubro, so I'm just gonna spend energy and drop pots, and they should take care of all the infested trying to take it back. Now I can go back to the first point I got grabbed, because they already trying to do some shenanigans here. Fuck off. I don't have my stat stick, but it doesn't matter. It's like non-steel pot, so everything just dies like paper. I dropped some more pots here. I made them for a reason. I have like 1k plus. I'm gonna spam the fuck out of them whenever I need. Remember, you can press pull to get enemies to you, but all you have to do is stand at one point, because as you can see, they rush to the first one I got. You can put 2 Strangle Domes here. You can just check map. You can even use the aura for enemy sense to see the map if they trying to mess around with something. But whenever they mess around with a different one, it starts to like do the beeping sound, and it shines on the red that they're trying to capture it over. But as you can see, my pets are like doing the job here pretty good. So I don't really have to bother. Strangle Dome also CCs enemies, only Eximuses could grab it. And as you can see, it was beeping that they're trying to take over this one. Cora is really good for the steel pot. Even if you wanted to do it in steel pot, just get a good stat stick, so you one-tap the fuck out of them and get some combo points. But I might already have full. Oh, I failed actually. Don't think it matters though, I can hit like this. You could like use Acceltra AoE weapon, especially into Infested, and just stand somewhere here and just shoot whenever and wherever you see the reds. Look, see, it's shining. What was that? Hello? And they will grab it from me now, because the game decided to fucking teleport me because I jumped too high. It's so annoying actually. You can send some, I don't know, on-call crew. Where did it throw that guy, man? Which one they trying to get? D. So I put the Strangle Dome and I Whip Claw. It gets everything captured into it, gets AoE, so pretty easy. It just takes a lot of time. Even if you have like all points at all times, it just takes time. So I tend to like use Cypher or something to avoid the waste of time actually. But that's pretty much the only reason. It's not the hardest. You can do it with Mirage, you can do it with Dante, Gyre, basically AoE frames. Gyre would be also very good actually. I didn't try her yet on this mission. I need to give her a shot, just standing middle and getting it all done. And pretty easy. You just extract once it's done and you check what you got. And if we're talking about the pick up 8 Syndicate medallions while alone or in solo mode, I never do it, it's too annoying to me, ICBA. But if you really wanna do it without using Cypher or Platinum, all you do is Syndicate, do one of the missions off of your Syndicate, and you can use the air support from Ordis, so you can see where they are at. But yeah, I avoid that one, it takes too much time, and if you use the like air support and it doesn't reveal too many, it just takes light years to complete, so I just tend to avoid it. But kill 5 unalerted Tusk Ballistas is the reason why we back to Ivara. And we go back to Rubico with primary deathhead for less recoil, less fire rate. It's important. I'm not used to like holding the button and Rubico shooting all the time, since I have the new option and ICBA is swapping it just to do a Riven challenge. And Hush, it's really important. And we have one more on the melee with a modifier to be undetected. Another reason why we go with Ivara. So for Tusk Ballistas, we obviously go back to the Plains of Eidolon. We cannot do that at night, by the way. And don't be me, remember to take your fucking pet off because it's killing everything and makes me detected, so... And also remember about the fucking dragon keys. Take them off after the challenge. So once we in the Plains of Eidolon, from the get-go, we go Archwing, we go to the left instantly. There is the Ballistas sit in this like aiming sites here. But apparently this time only 2 Skeletons respond here, so we go for there. And what I suggest you, when you have the undetected, just go stealth and now go here. We can make it even easier by using the sleep arrow. We sleep the first ballista, headshot it. We have Hush, so we don't get out of Ivara's invis. Oh, we're gonna headshot them just for fun. And I think we don't have any more ballistas in here. I think that's, yeah, that's a heavy goon. Yeah, so now we go to the next one. I usually have 2 ballistas here, but unlucky. We can check if we have any ballistas here. They sometimes spawn them. But no ballistas. But where they are 100% at is here. So we hide. Oh, what is this? It's only 1. Hello? Why am I so unlucky actually? Usually have 2 of them. The heavy goon spawned. Man, what is wrong with that arrow? So we have to do a headshot. Sleep it, headshot it. And we go to the next outpost. If they are up and you don't want to get out because of bullet jump, you can shoot your arrow to get the line. Go up to the line. Sleep it. Sleep the other one. Headshot. Headshot. Fly to the next post. And then you can do 360 and... not 360, 180 and go back to the first post, but they should be already like respawned. No ballistas here, so the outpost. Ah, they got alerted. So what you do when they get alerted? You do zipline. Hello, zipline. I'm just gonna do here, I guess. We go back invi. Sleep arrow. Sleep them. Yeah, Ivara's pretty good for those Rivens, eh? And we can go check if there is like the other ones respawned. But I think there was one more post somewhere here. No, we're just gonna go back to the first one. They should be respawned already. Maybe a proper one spawned in here. Yeah. We go invi. Shoot it. Headshot it. Go next. So probably here also respawn, hopefully. Let's see. There are mobs respawned, but depending if ballista spawned. No, heavy gun. So we go back to the outpost here. Keep that, so we can do 100% a headshot. Headshot it. Keep it. Headshot it. My god, I'm so bad at aiming. Done. Check your challenges, you completed both, okay. Abort mission and check what you got. Synthesize a simaris target without abilities and traps. I recommend using yourself a Stalk pet, which is the Hurascubro or Shade, or just take a very health tanky frame and just do it in non-steel pad and just simaris it. But if it takes you to not take damage and use abilities, just fucking ignore that one. Don't bother with it. Not worth. Kill 55 enemies without taking damage. Well, we taking Dante then, getting overguard in SO and just killing real quick. We just go Sanctuary Onslaught again. And the first thing we do is get our overguard up. And then we just press 3 till we have it completed. Pretty simple one, because overguard doesn't count as taking damage, so Dante also has it regenerating. Just keep an eye on your overguard. And if you're out of energy like I am now, just use normal weapon. It's no problem. No problem at all. You pick up some energy, you can cast again. Simple. I have Arcane Steadfast, so maybe it procs for me. And I have free casting. But either abilities, weapons, doesn't matter. All you need to do is have your overguard. So you can just use guns and leave all the energy for overguard. Completed. GG. This Riven just shows how flawed Ivara's invisibility is. Because killing 8 enemies while sliding while undetected is nearly impossible for her. Why? Because you cannot slide in her invis, it takes you out. But no worries, we got Ash, we got Loki, and all other invisibility frames. So I'm just gonna pick Ash and do it with him on. Of course, we're gonna be using the first node on Earth, E Prime, Exterminate. Level 1 to 3. Like, can it get any easier? We just hop into his invis ASAP. And we go and kill. Pretty simple. Just make sure they don't see you when you have to recast. Pretty simple, huh? And done. Destroy 4 turrets type Vruush, or however it's pronounced, while in Archwing, blah 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 blah. This is pretty easy as well. And we obviously go to Plains of Eidolon, and from the gate, we just hop to Archwing, fly real quick. There is a version of it not to get afflicted with status, but just don't fly your Archwing into something to get the knock status. And here's the first Vruush turret. Here's the second one. Sometimes you can just fly back, maybe it's already like respawned. Nope. So we go one other spot. Like if this respawned, nope. So the next spot is over here. Kill it. And now we go back to one of the previous ones and they should be 100% spawned back again. And just as I said, boom, done, GG. Catching 5 fish without missing a throw while alone, that's obvious. You just use the 2 extra items you can buy at Citus to make them shine. And that's of course Luminous Dye and use Pharoma to make them relax so they are easier to catch. And we're just using the upgraded spear from Deimos so we can catch every single fish in the game with 1 throw. To make it even more trivial, that there is literally 0 reason for me to show you how I'm fishing up, you can use Loki with the augment that silences all of your guns, aka gonna count for the fishing rod. That's all. I don't really need to show you how to catch fishes. This is a boring, fast one. Just use Loki with augment if you really struggle to catch the fishes. Find 4 caches without raising any alarms, etc, etc. This is what I always avoid because it just takes a lot of time, especially when there is more than 3. Because in one mission you can get 3. So all you do is preferably take Titania. It's just fastest, but it's not required. We go Cervantes on the Earth. And remember not to raise any alarms, because there is some modifiers for the not raising alarms for that mission. And we of course just go into our Razor Wing and we fly around looking for the white loot caches. And I heavily recommend my build for rangefinder. You just pause and copy it, because it's way easier to see all the possibilities and you can destroy all the small caches not to distract you when you look at the map with the Dark Verse. Dark Verse is also great for dealing with this kind of enemies, like this level of enemies. They have no armor, no HP, so it's also like gonna help you with not raising any alarms, because you're just gonna delete everything that can raise an alarm. So, and this is actually why I never do this. 8 minutes 23 seconds and I haven't found a single fucking one. I don't know, maybe I'm just bad at it. Fucking finally, man. Let's just get rid of those guys so it doesn't stop the challenge. Look, this is why we're using the loot detector, because you can clearly see it on the map. It shows like a normal route, but it's the supply cache. It's just a small niche help. It won't help you find it in first place, since this took me 2.5 minutes already. In the previous I took like 8 minutes and I didn't find a single one. But yeah, you just have to fly all over this map. Literally just journey, adventure to the entire fucking tile set. And this is exactly why, especially when there's more than 3, I always just ignore this and skip it. Just use Cypher or something. Because it's just not worth it. It's just straight up not worth. And to complete an extermination mission with level 30 or higher enemies without being detected with a Hobbled dragon key. So mainly it's about the not being detected. So we simply pick Ivara and we pick a weapon with hash or any other mod that reduces the chance that the enemy will hear your gunfire. You can also pick any other invisibility frame as long as you make sure you're not detected, but I like Ivara for this the most, and I always use this to negate the negative point of Hobbled key, which is the slow. And the standard mission I'm doing it on is Sedna Adaro, but if you have Steel Pad and you want to kill less enemies for completely no reason, we can go to the Steel Pad and do it on E Prime on Earth, and I'm gonna show you here. So literally there is nothing simpler than an extermination mission without being detected if you have Ivara. Literally just go in and kill. Let's get our Incarnon for Burstone, and this is even faster now. Kill this, pretty simple. And from start to the finish you do the same exact thing. Kill them, get rid of them ASAP, and complete your mission. Destroy 8 Dargryns in flight using a bow. So as you can already see, it's not Aruk with hash, Ivara as well. And we're heading to Kuva Fortress to do the mission Koro. And once we're here, we just pick up this and we head to the gate we have to blow up with that charge. And we just plug it in and we cause some ruckus so the Dargryns will fly here. Since I have another Riven for like slide kills, I'm just gonna slide kill some of them. And I already see the Dargryns coming. Maybe I even get them with slide. Since I don't have to glide, as it usually gives the mission. Usually around like 6 of them can spawn on that mission, so don't even bother trying for more of them. And that's all. One thing to say, they sometimes bug out. And for some reason they fly from here. They don't even have space, but they fly from here sometimes, and they are just stuck here. So if they don't appear there, you gotta check for the Dargryns here. Oh look, see? There's one here to give me a best possible example for you. And that's pretty much about it. So if you have 8 like me, you will have to repeat the mission, because usually you can get up to 6 of them. And just to put an emphasis on how many times they bug out and spawn here, look, 3 of them are here. And look what I just got. Well, this is pretty simple. We just head to Plains of Eidolon. And from the entrance point, we fly around here. We get our plasma drill. We check where the game is at. Game is here. Now we get our fishing rod. There is already one here. So I grab it real quick. I swap to my mining thing. And now there was enemies already I saw on the map, so I just kill them and that's one's done. Pretty easy. Killing enemies on a dropship can be easier if you just start a bound in situs. Just one thing, if you get a mission that starts with locate the fallen drone, just go there and leave the mission range so you can pick new one, because fallen drone takes so long and is not gonna spawn you many dropships. And we of course got it again, because I'm really lucky with it. So I will just fly in here and fly back to the point where I pick up the quest from, so it can time out. One of the good ones is assassinate the target, because you have to draw him out and it also spawns the dropships. So either you have to aim glide to kill them, you just aim glide to kill them, undetected you go invis. And actually the second mission I found here is find the armored vault, which is one of the, if not the best one for it. Because all you do is find the key to start the mission, then you have to protect the vault, and that sends you a billion of dropships. Oh, we have a key. We go to the vault, put it in, and we just stand on the vault and wait for the dropships. It's pretty easy. We should look on the map, which makes it way easier to find. Oh, there's one. And that's all we do. We keep just waiting for the dropships, kill them instantly, and that's how we complete it. For event that requires you to do finisher kills undetected, we will be picking Ash and Fatal Teleport. But if you don't have the modifier to do the finishers undetected, you can just use Vazarin and do the melee grounded finishers. Let me show you real quick. So that's just an extermination mission. We go invis for the invisible undetected ones, and we just spam the tree. The faster the weapon, the faster the animation weapon has, the faster finisher kills you will be doing. But that's pretty easy. You just need to keep your eye on having the invisibility up, and you can always try to use arcane trickery for every finisher kill to put you invisible again, to make sure that you're not gonna be detected like this. And for the Vazarin part, well, you just put the Vazarin vortex, walk to them, press X, same shit. Just way faster if you don't have to be undetected. To complete the solo survival, we pick any mission with 30 level plus enemies, and all we do is make sure we click the life supports every single time you have 70%, because they give you plus 30. And you can also use Ivara set with range and duration, so your prowl can steal some extra life supports to make it like 100% guarantee. But all you do is don't kill anything, sit in your prowl, steal some life supports, and press life supports only when you're like 30% away from 100. You will have exactly enough life supports to complete the mission with just clicking them. So you don't really need the pro life steal, but it's no point for me to show you the mission, because all you do is sit in stealth and wait from one support to the other support. If 3 headshots while aim gliding is really problematic for you, you can always use something like Aerodynamic, Boreal's Anguish, Patagium Stealth Drift, and you're gonna have like way longer aim gliding. Just use multi-shot, like big spread weapon like a shotgun, go to Sanctuary Onslaught and just get them easily. You will be so long in air that there is no way that's gonna be problematic for you. I always do it on Zephyr, but mind you, Tailwind sustain in air does not work for it. You need to be just aim gliding. So yeah, I think those are all the Riven challenges. If I didn't mention any, it's probably not worth doing. There's already many not worth doing, like the medallions, but if you really want to, I told you a quick way how to do it, and kinda the only way for this one. But yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, comment, share and subscribe, and as always, see you on the next one.